What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's fight at 135 pounds in Orlando, Florida, USA between Cory Marksman and Christian Baretto. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? And down pinned in the comment section below is a link to join our world famous Johnny Says Boxing professional betting Discord. We started this community last August. We just surpassed 600 VIPs. We live stream all the fights. It's a growing network of sharp-minded, well-researched, and professional bettors. We're not just boxing, all pro sports. American football is about to start, MMA, UFC, golf, you name it, we have it in the JSB Discord. Click that link to find out more. Massive, massive week of boxing. Fight fans, I say it week in and week out, hands down the greatest sport on earth. We know fights start in about 48 hours here in Australia with the Nikita Tszyu versus Ben Monty card. If you haven't checked my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of that fight, do it after you watch this one. It is tagged in this video. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting clash at 135 pounds with a lot on the line for the division between the undefeated Cory Marksman and the undefeated Christian Beretta. Beretta is a Puerto Rican fighter. If you've never seen him fight before, he's a classic Puerto Rican boxer puncher. He moves well, he has a lot of power, he hides his hook well behind his pressure, and he's going to be matched up with a very confident upstart in Cory Marksman. Marksman is a guy that I featured on the channel multiple times. We've hit on him multiple times, both as a favorite, but more recently as an underdog. Cory Marksman is a guy that might not be a household name, but this card was built around him, and with both guys having a fan-friendly style, you guys can expect fireworks. So in this video, what I'm going to do is break down both fighters' careers. I'm going to talk a little bit about how they go about their business, and like always, it's why you're here, it's why you're watching. Stay tuned to the end. We're going to go over those current Las Vegas odds, and I'll be giving you my prediction, telling you where to put your money. The Puerto Rican Christian Baretto, his fans call him El Capitan. It's fitting for his nickname. When you think about Puerto Rican boxer punchers, you think about an aggressive front forward style. This is Baretto to the T. He's 29 years old. This will be his first 10 rounder, and he's in a great spot, and he has a great opportunity to take the momentum and the shine from Marksman. Marksman is a guy, 25 years old. They call him Too Smooth. When you're talking about a boxer puncher, but a very technical guy, we've seen Marksman switch hit before. He's aggressive on the front foot. He could be technical. He could also be patient. This is a guy I feel who's so talented in terms of his boxing skill sets. We still haven't seen him reach his peak. Not a lot of people know about Marksman, and it's one of the reasons why I like covering him on the channel whenever he gets a spot. It's actually really good to see him get a main event, and it's kind of a testament to all the young fighters out there. When you get an opportunity, you have to take full advantage of it. And as soon as I saw Marksman versus Beretta, I thought to myself, this is going to be a firefight. Marksman dodges no smoke. Beretta dodges no smoke. They're going to meet in the middle. It's going to come down to hand speed, power, punch placement, durability, and it's going to be a fun one. This fight is definitely flying under the radar due to how busy this fight week is. There's fights all over the world, and if you can, put an asterisk by this one and be sure not to miss it. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at the Puerto Rican fighter and see what he's been up to in his career. Christian Baretto is 15-0. Of his 15 wins, 9 of them come by way of knockout. Out of 2,611 fighters in the world at 135 pounds, he's ranked number 75. He's fought a career total of 64 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 60% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as El Capitan, and the 29-year-old Puerto Rican is a 5'6" orthodox fighter. He was born and raised and lives in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. We last saw him fight Alberto Mercado, 17-9, won a UD in the 8th. Felix Caraballo, 13-4, won a UD in the 8th. Miranda, 7-0, won a UD in the 8th. Miguel Moreto, 10-1, stopped him in the 5th. And the fight before that, he fought a guy named Brian Rodriguez, which he stopped him in the 6th. This will be Baretto's first 10-rounder. This is an opportunity, like I said, for him to be the B-side in a main event and totally steal the shine from his opponent. He's going to come in fully confident. When you see his style in the ring, you get it right off the jump that he goes into every fight expecting himself to win. He is 29 years old, only has 60 pro rounds, hasn't been the most active, turned over in 2018, and he's done what he can up until this point. And like I said, if he comes through with a W against Marksman as an underdog, the sky is the limit. We'll see if he's going to be able to use his power. I feel when I'm thinking about physical advantages, he's going to be the shorter guy, shorter reach, a little bit older, a little bit slower, but I think it's going to be his power. When you do his tape, one of my favorite punches of his is his left hook. He doesn't throw it naked. He uses his aggression to hide it, and it's sneaky. It's sharp, it's tight, it's not telegraphed, and when you watch Marksman, you know that Marksman will be there to get hit. It's kind of how he fights as well. He likes a firefight. So it's going to be interesting who can land first, who's going to be able to take each other's shots, and who will be standing at the end of the fight. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at Cory Marksman and see what he's been up to in his career. Cory Marksman is 13-0 with 1 draw. Of his 13 wins, 9 of them come by way of knockout. Out of 2,611 fighters at 135 pounds in the world, he's ranked 42. He's fought a career total of 61 pro rounds and carries in the ring a 69% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as Too Smooth. And the 25-year-old American is a 5'9" orthodox fighter. He was born and raised in Sanford, Florida, USA. We last saw him fight Jacob Gomez, 14-0, UD in the 10th. Luis Nieves, 9-1, stopped him in the 7th. Tayden Beltran, 10-0, stopped him in the 7th. Tony Aguiar, the second time, 12-0, won a majority decision in the 8th. Jonathan Perez, 41-40, stopped him in the 1st. And the fight before that was his only blemish. It was a draw against Tony Aguiar, and he ended up avenging that draw by decision a few fights later. Marksman, a couple fights ago, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I knew who he was. Doesn't have an amateur career, doesn't come from a big gym, wasn't highly promoted. It wasn't until a couple fights back against Nieves where he was on my radar. And then in my notes, I told you guys in my breakdown, put an asterisk by his name, and he fights again, and he was an underdog at plus 140. I told all the boys during the breakdown, this is our dog of the week. We nailed him at plus 140, and he looked amazing. For 25 years old, his style is very professional. You would think that he was a lot older with his fight IQ or a lot more experience. Both guys in Baretto and Marksman only have 60 and 61 pro rounds, but it's Marksman's versatility, which I really like. And in North American boxers, in terms of prospects, contenders that aren't household names that I feel have a potential to make some real noise in their divisions, Marksman was one of them. And then we've seen Tony Hirsch Jr. on the Zuffa scene as well. I kind of compare them to, not in fight styles, but as guys that, you know, you never know who's out there in these gyms, that they just need one opportunity to break through and take advantage of it. And Hirsch has done his part in Zuffa, and Marksman, I think, the same way. It's great to see Marksman get a main event, fan-friendly style, action-packed. The minute he sees you start backing up, he's going to engage in a slugfest. He will have to be cautious of Beretta's power early. That's going to be the game for me on what to look out for in the very first few rounds is, will Beretta be able to land the hook? Will Marksman be able to eat the hook? Will Beretta be able to deal with Marksman's versatility, his speed? He throws a lot of different looks at you. He'll start at orthodox, but mid-combo, he'll switch to southpaw. He's a good body puncher. There's just a lot to like, and it's going to be exciting to see who comes out on top and then where each fighter goes from here after this fight, depending on who wins. Guys, before we take a look at the current Las Vegas odds and I give you my prediction, I have to remind you, I do live streams every single day. In those live streams, I take our JSB VIPs questions. We break down all of the upcoming fights. You can see it on the screen. I go over the odds. We build parlays together. I give you my dogs of the week. Be sure to hit notifications on my channel so you never miss a live stream. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Currently on the money line, the books currently have Marksman as a $1.25 favorite, meaning you put 100 on him, you get your money back plus 25 bucks. Baretto is a $4.50 dog, meaning you put 100 on him, you get your money plus 350 bucks. I'm not currently getting props on this fight. Early on in both of their careers, these are guys who are known, as you look at their records, to stop people. They both believe in their power. They're both skilled. as you grow in competition, the knockouts sometimes start to decline a bit. If I were to get props, I would probably play this. You know what? I'm not going to put my neck out there yet. I need to see the odds first. The odds currently that we are getting are on the money line. I expect Marksman to shine in this spot. I'm a fan of Marksman's style. At 25 years old, like I said, disregard all the other things that you see in the ring, what he does really well. The shiny toy stuff that I always call it. He's only 25. That's what I really like, his maturity, how he's thinking in there, his decision making. He looks like a seasoned vet when he fights, and as a coach myself, it's something that I really enjoy watching from younger fighters. 25% on the money line is a great parlay piece. You could find that or piece it together with a couple other fights and get plus money. If you're new to my channel, guys, all of the bets that I do give you, they're always going to be plus money. So at the very least, you're always going to double your bankroll. Marksman's my guy on the money line. If props come out, you're gonna have to watch the live streams to see what I'm gonna play. Guys, this is not an echo chamber. In the comment section right now, all you Christian Beretta fans, tell me why I'm wrong. And like always, after the fight, we'll circle the wagons, revisit these comment sections, and we'll go from there. If you haven't seen my breakdown of the main event tomorrow in Australia between Nikita Tszyu and Ben Monty, stay tuned because that's coming up right now.